The mirror facing the truth about money. You wake up early. You go to work. You do your best every day. But at the end of the month, your wallet is still empty. You ask yourself, why is my life not changing? Why am I still broke? You are not lazy. You are not stupid. You have tried. But something is missing. This is a story for people like you. For people who work hard but still feel stuck. For people who want a better life, but don't know how to reach it. You may think that rich people are lucky. You may think that money is only for the special few. But the truth is different. In this video, we look in the mirror. Not to feel shame, but to see clearly. Sometimes the biggest enemy is not outside, it is our own habits. It is what we believe about money. Some people grow up hearing, money is bad, or, only rich people get richer. But these are not truths. These are lies we believe for too long. Many of us were never taught how money works. We didn't learn in school how to save, invest, or grow our income. We only learned how to work hard. But working hard is not enough. If it was, many poor people would already be rich. This video is not about magic secrets. It's about real lessons, honest lessons. Some of them may be hard to hear. But they are true. If you are ready to stop blaming bad luck and start changing your life, then stay with us. Because the road to wealth does not begin with money, it begins with the mind. We will talk about why saving 10% can change everything. Why most people spend more as they earn more. Why small habits can build big fortunes. And how rich people think differently than poor people, not because they are better, but because they learned better. So take a deep breath. Look in the mirror. Not with anger, but with power. Say, I am ready. Because change begins with truth. And truth begins now. Chapter 1, The Lie of Not Enough. I don't have enough money. This is something many people say. Maybe you have said it too. You look at your small paycheck. You look at your bills. You feel tired. You say, how can I save or invest when I can barely live? It feels true. But is it really? Let's go deeper. A man in Babylon once said, I thought I was poor because I earned too little. But then I saw someone who earned less than me and still saved. That man learned a lesson: wealth does not begin with more money. It begins with better habits. Many people believe they are poor because of money. But often, the real problem is mindset. They wait for a better job, a big raise, or a lucky break. But when more money comes, they spend more too. New clothes. New phones. More food outside. The problem stays. The wallet stays empty. This is the lie of not enough. It tells you, you can't save now. You must wait. But months pass. Years pass. Nothing changes. Because the truth is this. If you cannot save when you earn little, you will not save when you earn more. It's not about the number, it's about the decision. Even saving 10 coins from 100 is a start. Not for the amount, but for the habit. That small habit grows like a seed. It teaches discipline. It builds confidence. It says, I control my money. My money does not control me. There are stories of people who worked simple jobs but became rich over time. They didn't win the lottery. They didn't get rich fast. They got rich slow by making smart, small choices every day. Think about water. One drop means nothing. But many drops make a river. Many rivers make an ocean. This is how money works too. One saved coin seems small, but many saved coins become a future. So, the next time your mind says, I don't have enough, stop. Breathe. Ask, what can I do with what I have? Can you save a little? Can you spend less on things you don't need? Can you learn something new that helps you earn more? This chapter is not about guilt. It is about power. You have more power than you think. But you must stop believing the lie. Not enough is not a reason. It is a wall, and you can climb over it. Because the truth is this, you already have enough to begin. Chapter 2, You were never taught how money works. Think back to school. You learned how to read, write, and solve math problems. Maybe you learned the history of kings or how volcanoes erupt. But did anyone teach you how to use money? Did they teach you about saving? Or credit cards? Or how interest works, both for you and against you? No. Most schools do not teach money. They teach numbers, but not how to use those numbers in real life. So when you became an adult, you knew algebra, but not how to budget. You knew about the moon, but not how to buy a house. And that's not your fault. This is important, you are not broken. You were simply never trained. If you feel lost with money, confused, or scared, it's not because you're bad with money. It's because no one showed you the rules. Imagine trying to play a game without knowing how to win. That's how most people live. You were told, get good grades, get a job, and everything will be fine. But no one told you about taxes, loans, credit scores, or inflation. No one explained that just working hard is not enough. You must learn how money moves and how to make it work for you. This is why so many smart people stay broke. Not because they are lazy, but because they are untrained. But here's the good news, ignorance is not permanent. Ignorance is curable. You can learn. Just like you learned how to ride a bike or read a book, you can learn how money works. The journey starts now. The first rule? Money is not just paper. It's a tool. And like any tool, it must be used with skill. You can build a house with it, or you can burn it. The choice is yours. Start with basics. Learn how to save before you spend. Understand the danger of debt. Know how compound interest grows money over time. These are simple ideas, but powerful. These are the tools you were never given in school. Remember, it's never too late. You are not behind. You are beginning now, and that's what matters. From this moment, you are no longer a victim of confusion. You are a student of wealth. This is not about greed. It's about freedom. When you know how money works, you gain control over your time, your choices, your life. So, if no one ever taught you about money, let this chapter be your classroom. And your first lesson is this: you were never taught, but now, you will learn. Chapter 3, Spending is an addiction, not a reward. Every day, you work hard. You feel tired, stressed, and maybe even a little lonely. Then you see an ad, a new phone, shoes, or just a nice hot coffee with whipped cream. You say, I deserve this. And yes, maybe you do. But here's the truth, spending feels like a reward, until it becomes a habit. At first, buying things gives you a little joy. A new outfit. A night out. A small delivery on your doorstep. It feels good. But the problem is, the feeling doesn't last. So, you do it again. And again. Without knowing it, you are training your brain to connect spending with happiness. This is not just a bad habit. This is an addiction. Every time you buy something you don't truly need, just to feel better, you are borrowing happiness from your future. The moment is sweet, but the bill always arrives. And when it does, it brings stress, guilt, and regret. The world is designed to make you spend. Ads are everywhere. Your phone listens. Your friends post pictures of vacations and luxury things. You feel pressure to keep up. But ask yourself, who are you really trying to impress? And what is the cost? Let's be clear, spending money is not evil. You can enjoy life. You can treat yourself. But when spending becomes a daily medicine to fix emotional pain, that is dangerous. Some people don't need more money. They need less emotional spending. The answer is not always more discipline. The answer is awareness. Ask yourself, why am I buying this? Am I hungry or just bored? Am I shopping or just avoiding something inside? Learn to pause. To sit with the feeling. To breathe. To journal. To talk. Find new ways to reward yourself that don't require your bank account to suffer. Go for a walk. Read something. Call someone you love. You don't have to buy joy. The richest people in the world are not those who earn the most. They are the ones who spend with purpose. If you want freedom, not just comfort, this is where it begins. Every small choice matters. Every skipped impulse builds a wall between you and regret and a bridge toward your real goals. This chapter is not about shame. It's about power. The power to stop before you swipe. The power to ask, do I need this, or do I need something deeper? Because true wealth is not about how much you make. It's about how little you waste. And when you finally see spending for what it is, a tool, not a therapy, you take your first real step toward freedom. Chapter 4: The Price of Procrastination. There is a small voice inside you that says, I will start next week. You nod. You feel better. But then, next week comes, and you say the same thing again. I'll save next month. I'll learn about money next year. I'll invest when I earn more. But time does not wait. Every day you delay is not just a day lost, it is a chance stolen. A chance to grow. A chance to be free. Procrastination is not laziness. It is fear in disguise. Fear of change. Fear of failure. Fear of effort. But what we don't realize is that waiting has a cost. Think of a tree. When you plant it young, it grows strong. Year after year, it gives more fruit. But if you wait 10 years before planting, you lose 10 years of growth. The same is true for money. There is a secret in the world of wealth: compound interest. When you save and invest early, your money starts working for you. A small amount, started early, becomes more than a large amount started late. But when you delay, you lose time, and time is the most powerful tool. Let's say two people want to build wealth. One starts at age 20 and saves just a little each month. The other starts at age 30 and saves twice as much. In the end, the first one often has more. Why? Because time worked for them. Every delay is a thief. A quiet thief. It doesn't steal loudly. It doesn't break your door. It steals slowly, one missed opportunity at a time. One forgotten plan. One more tomorrow. You may say, but I don't have enough to start. That's the lie. You don't need a lot. You need a beginning. Start with $1. Start with 10 minutes of learning. Start by writing down your goals. The key is not perfection, it is momentum. Time will pass, whether you act or not. So why not act now? Why wait to become who you want to be? There will always be bills. Always be stress. Always be distractions. But the winners are those who do small, smart things despite the chaos. Procrastination feels safe, but it is dangerous. Because one day, you will look back and say, I wish I had started then. That then is now. Today is the youngest you will ever be again. Today is the cheapest your dreams will ever cost. Every minute you wait, the price goes up. You don't need to do everything today. But you need to begin. Your future self is waiting, hoping you won't wait any longer. Chapter 5. You work for money, but it doesn't work for you. Every morning, the alarm rings. You wake up. You dress. You go to work. You work hard. You give your time, your energy, your life. And at the end of the week, you get a paycheck. This is how most people live. They work for money. But have you ever wondered, does your money work for you? If you stop working, what happens? No paycheck. No money. That's the trap. This chapter is about escaping that trap. Let's begin with a story. A man once carried water in buckets from the river to the village. Every day, he walked far and worked hard. People paid him for the water. But when he became sick, he could not walk and he had no money. Another man did something different. Instead of only carrying water, he spent time building a pipe. It took longer. It was harder. But after some time, the water flowed without him. Even while he slept, the water came. And people paid him. That pipe is called passive income, money that comes in even when you are not working. Maybe it's a small business. Maybe it's rent from a property. Maybe it's dividends from stocks. Maybe it's writing a book or creating music once, and earning again and again. This is the secret of the rich, they make money with their money. You don't have to be rich to start. But you must stop thinking that your job is your only source of income. A job is good. But it should be a step. Not a prison. Imagine planting seeds. If you water them every day, soon they grow into trees. And trees give fruit even while you rest. That is how passive income works. But you must plant the seeds now. Use some of your money to invest. Use some time to learn. Look for smart ways to grow your income, not just by working more hours, but by working smarter. Because if you always trade time for money, your time will run out. And here is the truth, while you sleep, your bills still come. So why not make money while you sleep? This is not magic. This is planning. This is learning. This is choosing to build a better future. If you want freedom, not just weekends off, you must make your money work as hard as you do. Remember, you are not just a worker. You are a builder. Build streams of income, so one day, money flows to you not just from sweat, but from strategy. Your job may pay your bills. But passive income builds your dreams. Chapter 6. You fear risk more than regret. There is a man who always wanted to start a business. He had a good idea. He had time. He even had some money. But he was afraid. What if I lose it all? He asked. So, he waited. 1 year passed. Then 5. Then 10. One day, he was old. The idea was gone. The money was gone. But the fear? It was still there. He never failed, but he never tried. This chapter is about fear and what it really costs. Most people don't stay poor because they are lazy. They stay poor because they are scared. Scared of losing. Scared of looking stupid. Scared of risk. But here is the truth: life is risk. Getting out of bed is risk. Driving a car is risk. Even saving money in a bank is a kind of risk, the risk that inflation eats it slowly, silently. The rich don't avoid risk. They learn about it. They ask, what is the worst that can happen? They protect themselves with knowledge. They invest with care. They take small risks often, not big risks rarely. Think of a lion. A lion waits. It watches. It learns. Then it moves fast and with purpose. That is how you must face financial risk. Not with panic. With preparation. There is no such thing as a 100% safe life. But there is such a thing as a 100% regretful life. Ask yourself. Will you look back in 10 years and say, I'm glad I waited? Or will you say, I wish I had started then? The people who build wealth, they take smart risks. They invest in themselves. They learn about money. They don't wait for someday. They know, someday is code for never. It's okay to feel fear. But it's not okay to let fear be your master. Let it be your teacher. Ask, why am I scared? What do I not understand yet? The solution to fear is not hiding. The solution is learning. So take one small risk today. Read a book. Start saving. Try a side business. Talk to someone smarter than you. Do not fear the loss more than you fear the life you could have had. Because regret is the most expensive thing you will ever pay. Chapter 7. You're surrounded by broke mindsets. Once, there was a bird in a cage. It had wings. It had dreams. But the cage was full of other birds who said, don't try to fly. You'll fall. So, the bird stayed. Not because it couldn't fly, but because it believed it couldn't. Now imagine this bird is you. You want to build wealth. You want freedom. But everyone around you thinks differently. They laugh when you talk about investing. They roll their eyes when you read about money. They say, just enjoy life. But their version of enjoy often means spend now, cry later. It's hard to grow rich when you are surrounded by broke minds. Not broke wallets, broke minds. People who don't believe in change. People who fear growth. People who stay busy blaming others, the government, the boss, the world, instead of building themselves. And their mindset is contagious. If you hang around 5 people who always complain, you will become the 6th. If you sit with 5 people who waste money, you will too. But the good news? The opposite is also true. If you start learning from people who save, invest, create, build, you rise with them. You don't have to leave your friends or stop loving your family. But you must protect your mind. Imagine your brain is a garden. Every conversation, every post, every comment is a seed. Some grow weeds. Some grow flowers. So, be careful what you allow in. Choose books that feed your growth. Follow people online who talk about ideas, not just gossip. Spend more time with those who build, even if only through a podcast or YouTube video. Wealth is not just money. Wealth is mental environment. And if your environment is negative, poor, or afraid, your future will reflect that. Ask yourself. Who are your 5 closest voices? Do they lift you or limit you? You don't need rich friends. You need growth-minded friends. People who are learning. Trying. Thinking differently. One conversation can change your life. One idea can change your future. So if no one around you believes yet, let you be the first. Be the bird who flies. The one who proves the others wrong. Because someone has to go first. Someone has to break the chain of struggle. Why not you? Chapter 8. You want it fast, so you lose it fast. There once was a man who wanted to grow a tree. He planted a seed. But the next day, he came back and shouted, "Why haven't you grown yet?" He poured more water. He dug the soil again. He shouted louder. Still, the tree did not grow. So he gave up. But another man planted the same seed. He watered it every day. He waited. Quietly. 1 month passed. Nothing. But he still waited. 3 months later, a small green leaf appeared. Then more. Then a trunk. Then, one day, a strong, beautiful tree stood where the seed once was. That is how wealth works. It does not come overnight. But many people don't want to wait. They want it now. Fast. Easy. Big. So they fall for traps. Double your money in 3 days. Invest $100, earn $10,000. Buy this coin, it will explode. And what happens? They lose everything. Again and again. Because fast money is often fake money. It looks exciting. It feels easy. But it's like a house made of paper, one small wind, and it falls. Real wealth is different. It is slow. It is boring. It is built brick by brick. You save 10%. You invest wisely. You grow your skills. You build systems. You don't win the lottery, you become the system that builds steady value. Think of a river. It flows slowly, but it never stops. One drop, one coin, one habit over time becomes a flood of freedom. But that takes patience, discipline, and a deep love for long-term rewards. The world will tempt you with shortcuts, scams, quick money ideas. But you must remember, if it comes fast, it goes fast. Slow money builds real power. The rich man rarely screams. He works in silence. He lets his money grow like the second man's tree, deep, steady, strong. So when you see a friend chasing a new magic coin, let them run. But you, sit down. Read. Learn. Save. Invest in what you understand. In the end, your tree will still be standing, while their castle of cards will fall. Fast is exciting. But slow is real. And real wins every time. Chapter 9. You trade time for money, not value for wealth. Imagine a man who sells water by the river. He works from sunrise to sunset, carrying heavy jars on his back. Every hour, he sells 1 jar and earns 1 coin. One day, he meets another man. This man owns a small watermill. The watermill works all day and night. It fills many jars without the owner lifting a finger. The watermill owner earns many coins, while the first man only earns 1 coin per hour. This is the difference between trading time for money and building value for wealth. Most people think, if I work more hours, I will earn more. But this is like the first man, limited by his own time and energy. The rich understand something different. They build systems. They create tools, use technology, or hire people. They build a business that works even when they sleep. This is called leverage. Leverage means using people, technology, and assets to multiply your effort. A simple example. If you paint one house a day, you earn money for one house. If you hire 3 painters and manage them well, you earn money for 4 houses, your own plus 3 others. If you build an app, it can sell thousands of times without you doing extra work. You can trade your time or trade your value. Trading time means you work more hours, earn a little more, but your time is gone. You cannot get back the hours you spent. Trading value means you build something that keeps working, grows, and earns, even when you rest. The path to wealth is to stop trading hours like coins. Instead, create value that earns for you. This requires learning new skills. Learning how to manage people. Learning how to use technology. At first, it can feel hard or scary. But imagine the water seller again. He can keep working harder. Or build his own watermill. Which life do you want? Stay till the end of this video to learn simple steps on how to start building your own system today. The future belongs to those who build value, not just work harder. Chapter 10. You haven't mastered yourself yet. Imagine a great captain sailing a ship. If the captain cannot control his own mind, if he is afraid or angry, the ship will drift, lost in the storm. Money is like that ship. Your emotions, fear, greed, pride, are the winds and waves. If you cannot master these feelings, no matter how much money you earn, you may lose it all. Many people think money is only about numbers, adding and subtracting. But money is also about how you feel inside. When you feel scared, you might hide your money. When you feel proud, you might spend too much to show off. When you feel impatient, you might take bad risks to get rich fast. The first step to wealth is not just to learn math or tricks. It is to master yourself. You must learn to control your fears. To be patient when times are hard. To stay humble when times are good. This is called the inner game of money. Without this inner control, even a big fortune can disappear. But when you master your feelings, when you make calm, wise choices, your money grows like a tree planted in strong soil. This inner mastery takes time. It is a journey of learning about your own mind and heart. You learn to say no to bad habits. You learn to wait for the right moment. You learn to be thankful for what you have. This is where true wealth begins, inside you. If you want to be rich not just in money, but in life, you must start with yourself. Stay with us until the end of this video, where we share simple exercises to help you master your inner game, so your wealth can grow steady and strong forever. Chapter 11. You don't have a plan, just hope. Imagine you are on a boat in the middle of a big sea. The sun is setting, and the sky is darkening. You don't know where the shore is. You have no map. You just hope to find land. Many people live like this with their money. They hope things will get better. They hope their salary will be enough. They hope debt will disappear. But hope alone is not enough. Hope is not a plan. Without a clear plan, you are like a traveler lost in a forest, walking without a path. You might go forward, but in the wrong direction. A plan is like a map. It shows you where you are now. It shows where you want to go. It helps you find the best way. If you want to be rich, you must know your numbers. How much do you earn? How much do you owe? What are your goals? How much do you want to save each month? When you have this information, you can make a plan. A plan is a promise to yourself. A promise to save, to spend wisely, to pay off debt, and to grow your money. This chapter is about taking control. It's about moving from hope to action. Because the future belongs to those who design it. Watch until the end of this video to learn a simple way to create your own money plan. This plan will help you stop drifting and start sailing confidently toward your dreams. Chapter 12, You Forgot Wealth is a Skill, Not a Gift. Think about the greatest artists, athletes, or chefs you know. They were not born perfect. They learned. They practiced. They made mistakes and tried again. Wealth is the same. No one is born rich. Rich people become rich because they learn how to manage money well. Money is not magic. It is a skill like cooking or painting. In this chapter, we learn that building wealth is about learning new skills. Skills like budgeting your money, so you know where it goes. Skills like investing, so your money grows while you sleep. Skills like negotiation, to get better prices or salaries. Skills like discipline, to save money even when it's hard. These skills can be learned by anyone. You don't need to be born into a rich family. You don't need special powers. All you need is the will to learn and practice. Many people forget this. They think wealth is only for lucky people. But this is a lie. This chapter is your turning point, the moment when you realize you can learn and grow. The moment when you stop waiting for luck and start building your skills. Watch until the end of the video to discover simple ways to start learning these wealth skills today. You will see how small steps can make a big difference over time. The wake-up call, it's time to become who you're meant to be. Now, everything is clear. You've faced the truth about money and yourself. No more excuses. No more waiting for luck or a miracle. No more sleepwalking through life, hoping things will change by themselves. You have the tools, the knowledge and skills to build wealth. You have the vision, a picture of the life you want to create. And most important, you have the fire inside you, the desire to change and grow. Becoming rich is not about greed or selfishness. It is about freedom to live your life without fear. Freedom to take care of your family. Freedom to follow your dreams. But freedom is also a responsibility. The world doesn't owe you wealth. You must earn it with hard work, smart choices, and courage. And when you do, the world will respect you not because of your money alone, but because of who you have become. This is your wake-up call. The time to stop dreaming and start doing. The time to become the person you were always meant to be. Stay with us until the very end. Because your journey to freedom is just beginning. And in the next videos, you'll find the map to keep moving forward step by step, day by day.